Hey everybody, give me a 5 for 5. Good to see everyone. Hope everybody's well. I intend to keep this one short, and I know that I say that absolutely every time I go live, and very seldom am I able to follow through with that. I just like you guys so much, I got to be here, you know? I'm just kidding. But no, I really do intend to keep this one just a little bit on the shorter side for a couple reasons. We got just a few things to talk about, and also, Marfugel, they'll be going live here probably shortly. I haven't got any notifications yet, but I'll try to end very close to when they are getting ready to start. Okay, so it's good to see everybody in there. Let me say hi just real quick. Little T, Tina Johnson, Miss, Renee, Mark, Leisure. What's up, brother? Linda. And guys, we had a pretty good time over at Mark Pyers, or Mark Inspires is his channel name now. Most of you guys probably know who he is, but please get over there and check him out. Also, yeah, there was a couple comments left about me mentioning the memberships, concentrating too much on saying thanks and all that. And I have to say that I agree. I went back and listened after I got that criticism, and I was constantly saying that last stream. I do apologize for that. I don't apologize for saying thank you. I will be doing that, but I will be concentrating on not spending so much time with that. You guys were just so awesome yesterday. It just amazed me, the generosity and just the love that I felt from you guys. It was really cool. At a time where I needed it, and you guys were there. You guys don't even know, didn't even know, still don't know I need it. So what I'm saying is thank you, and just know that my wife says thanks, and everybody in my family says thank you. And so if you guys do gift memberships here, we're at like almost 370 some members now. I'll probably go ahead and do another members only stream this week. Okay, just for everybody that's new members can come over there and check it out, see what we do. It's very laid back, but I encourage you guys to do that. And I'm going to try to schedule out ahead. That way the members have a notification of it, whether I give you a 4 or 5 hour warning through a members only community post. So if you're a member, please just hit that bell and hit all. That way you'll get that notification, and you'll get a few hours advance warning that I'm going to go live. I can't put it out a couple days, schedule it out like that, because my life is just that chaotic sometimes. And every time that I do that, I am not able to follow through. So I think it's better if I just do it the way that I've been doing it, and I've even had to push that back. So with that being said, you know, as somebody gifts memberships and that kind of stuff tonight, I will say thank you. Okay, I'm not apologizing for that, but I will concentrate on not trying to do it as much. I'm thinking about doing it like Adam does it. He breaks it down. You can see him very methodically. He'll do it 2 or 3 times through the live stream that he's doing. He keeps it concise and very heartfelt, and it's just that way. And that way, you know, then he goes on. I think he kind of does what I do when I put the chat away. Because if I'm looking at the chat, my attention's there, and I can't have that when I'm doing this. So just thanks to everybody that is, and thanks to anybody that's been super chatting, super thanks. You guys know who you are, and you guys were just so awesome yesterday. I think we gained an extra 100 members yesterday, something like that. It was close to that. You guys, that's very significant. So with that being said, let's get to the space weather. Yeah, guys, we had X-Flare. Hey, thanks, Drops. Appreciate that. See? There you go. Hey, Miss, thank you. There you go. See, we're starting already. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. And I will say thanks again in about probably 10 minutes. And so thank you. I will look back. I am able to look back and see who did it, and I'm going to try to do it before I get off stream. Okay. And I know it took me a minute to explain it this time, but during my future live streams, I'm not going to take all that much time at the beginning to do that. I just wanted to address that. I did delete a couple of those comments because people were fighting with each other in that comment thread. It wasn't because they were criticizing me. That ain't why I deleted it. I told you the criticism already. It's there. That's what the criticism was. But we had people in there taking up for me, and I really appreciate that. But we're not going to leave that sit there for too long because it is negative. So we're not going to do that. But anyway, so guys, we were expecting a geomagnetic storm, and I'm going to start there because I really 100% want to start there because everybody was talking about this, right? I wasn't the only one. Everybody's talking about this CME that blasted off the sun. And by the way, guys, seeds is back up. And it, put a smile on my face because now I'm able to show you the big blast that this blast was supposed to hit us. It did hit, okay? So first and foremost, it did hit right here. Okay? Now, but it wasn't geomagnetic effective enough to really disrupt it to get us into storm level. Plus, my guess is, number one, it seemed to come a little late, which meant it's moving slower. Number two, its direction was probably more of a glancing blow than a side hit. And that's what we've been talking about. Remember I showed you guys yesterday this model and how this is the location at Earth and this is at stereo A. See the difference? But do you see how close Earth and stereo A are here on the model? So that tells you the difference in distance, which isn't very much, but it's a drastic discrepancy here between what the actual conditions are at Earth versus stereo A. So that lets you know right away that this is, it's really going to be a narrow window to get a good hit from a CME. If that was pretty much the same, I wouldn't be saying that because it would be just fanned out more. So I do think that this thing hit. It just was more of a glancing blow. And we're going to take a look at a few of the other models. But here's that CME, right? Now, we all knew the majority of it was going that direction anyway, off to our west, which is reverse when you're talking about looking at the sun. You have to pretend you're standing on the surface looking out, okay? So that's what I'll say there too. Hey, Flo, thank you for the gifted memberships. Love it. Everybody tell her thanks, and I'll say thanks again here in a minute. So we've got this going on right there. Okay, what I'm talking about is that black. That black is very dense. They're forecasting a very dense area of particles there from the CME. Typically, that seems to be in the center of the CMEs when that happens. Okay, we see these big balls blow off sometimes. We've seen quite a bit of those lately, actually. But this one was more, it's one eruption. Guys, people were considering it that, and I went over this yesterday, but it was more like at least two separate ones very, very close together in relation to where they erupted off of the sun. They looked like they were coming from the same place if you didn't dive in and look. Matthew Shipley did a really good, just the first from the gate. I mean, out of the gate, he just, he hit it right on the head that, hey, there was an eruption here. The plasma tried to leave, the sun started to recapture it, then there was another eruption, and it blasted it on off. And then there was a third. So, but it all happened so quickly and close together that basically it is one. I wouldn't consider these cannibals, okay? Because there's not enough distance between them. They pretty much came off at the same time. So that's just how I look at it. Now, there might be a lot of different opinions on that. There probably is. So that's what I'll say. I will say this, guys. Get over and check out Miss Dragon's channel. She's been doing a lot of good stuff over there. She's been posting regularly, and yeah, she has fun over there. It's a positive environment. Get over there and check it out. Okay, so let's do this. Now it's stereo A right there in the red. Okay, that's the conditions at stereo A. This is conditions at Earth. This is stereo B. We don't get to see data from that anymore. Both of those satellites, when they were, born, basically, they were sent out over here. One here and one here. So we had a full backside view if we used both of those satellites. We lost communications with stereo B a long time ago. They regained it. I'm not really quite sure why we didn't start to see more data from that. It was probably damaged and you couldn't trust it. I don't know. I don't know the full reason for that, but at that point, we no longer got data from stereo B that we were able to see, at least that I know of. Stereo A, though, hung out over here, and it helped us with the side view here, because then we could really tell direction when we seen those halo eruptions that we've been talking about, right? When you get a halo eruption, what's it do? Well, it looks like a halo. So this is seeds, okay? LASCO C2 is on this satellite, SOHO. It's right out in front of us looking at the sun. That simple. Our point of view, it's about 1 million miles closer to the sun. Just remember, it's from our point of view. There's stereo A, guys, and it used to be way over here. So we have two different perspectives, so it allows us to look at two different perspectives, like I just said, but it helps us to determine the direction things are traveling. If you've only got one, especially with an occulter disc in your way, it makes it very difficult sometimes. So, this is the blast that everybody's talking about right now. Now, I showed you guys this already because we could still get the data, but we just didn't have this difference imaging. See the difference imaging? See how much more impressive that looks, and it's easier to see? That's why I like to show it to you. But there are anomalies on here that happen that sometimes people don't understand that they're just anomalies. But you get a lot of ghosting imaging over here. It happens a lot. You know, when you get the big blast, you'll get like 2 or 3 frames later, it will repeat that same image, but it'll be in the opposite color. So you got to know those things happen to understand the model. All right. But when I talk about a halo, like I've done it 1,000 times, I'm going to stop this right about there. Okay, so you see the blast. Now, guys, you see this gray thing going right down the middle there? Again, that's the camera trying to help itself capture the image. That was a real bright shot right there, and the camera was trying to fix it. That's what's happening there, okay? So, if I go to the next image, it's gone. And you can see what I'm talking about, a halo. See how you see the kind of distortion? But we know it's mainly going that direction. But we can also tell that this is a very dense CME, which is why it gave us such a hard hit with the protons. Okay? One of the reasons why, anyway. So you can see it. The big whiteout that we talk about. That got to an S3. And it got there rather quickly. So, yeah. So that did, kind of say, hey, this thing's pretty powerful. It's at least dense. And it was moving fast. And it did cross over our interplanetary magnetic field line. But we've had X flares today, too. Okay? So what we're going to do before we do that, though, before I show you that, I do want to show you that this thing probably missed. Okay? I don't think it was weaker. I just think that the direction was a little bit more to the, I guess, the west than what we thought it was going to be. Now, there is a chance that this thing is just moving slower. I'm going to say that right now because it's very possible that this thing could hit in the next few hours and we still get into geomagnetic storming, significant geomagnetic storming. But I think it's a smaller chance than what we had earlier, okay? Let me take you to the Discover data. I don't like just hanging out on grass. You guys know I don't like doing that to you. I think it's boring myself. So I don't want to bore you guys. But we look for the BZ, right? That's the magnetic orientation. So when we get a -6 or bigger, that's the key number we look for, right? That's what we do. We get to -6, we can expect, if we get hit with anything, we're going to get at least really close to storm level. Well, you can see that we really didn't stay into that number very long because it blocks it out in purple here. And we didn't get very much further down than like a -7, maybe an 8 at times. The further negative we go in the orientation, the easier it is that we're more accepting to all this stuff hitting, okay? But one thing I did notice this, okay? This is the density. So you can tell where everything started. You know how you can tell? Everything, all the data points moved at the same time. It's a real clear indication that something global is hitting us, okay? Or just if that's the term you want to use. But it doesn't mean that we're going to get into the storm level. But it does show you, hey, this stuff is starting. Here it is. Let's pay attention. So when it hit, yes, our orientation went to negative, and that's why we got real close. Look at that. Okay, we got real close to a geomagnetic storm. We didn't get there. And most people were thinking we were G2, at least. And I even said there was, if the direction was off our direction a little bit, we could have got to a G3. So, you know, that little bit of adjustment, and there's a lot of things there that could happen to cause it to go whatever. You know, coronal hole streams are notorious for pushing or pulling CMEs one direction or the other, causing us to misforecast them. Which is why, you know, I nowcast, and I say this a lot. So I'm showing you the conditions right now, and basically from right now behind us, and I'm trying to explain to you guys what actually happened. Now, when I see the X-flares and things like that, yes, I'm going to tell you, hey, we need to pay attention to this, that, and the third. But I'm not going to give a definite because there's no way anybody can do that. It's just impossible. You can't say 100% on anything when we talk about this. It's impossible. You can't do it. The second that you do that, you're going to be coming back out in your next video and telling everybody, sorry, I got that wrong. You know how I know that? Because that was me. So I stopped doing that. I gained a little bit of patience, and I gained a lot of credibility when I did that. Because the reason that I was trying to get out there was just to be the first one out there telling everybody about it. That should not be everybody's goal. Okay, now if you're a news channel, yes, you want to get it correct, but you want to be the one there breaking that news, right? Now, it's nice to be the one breaking the news even here, but that can't be the priority when we're talking about space weather. We need to get it correct first. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And that's why sometimes you'll see me wait, and if I can't wait, I give you reasons why I can't, because I always want to wait. Because I don't like coming back out saying, hey, we got this wrong. Like what I'm doing now, kind of. You know, we did. I got this one wrong a little bit. Now, I did hit about the same time everybody thought it was going to. And I did say, hey, there's a chance it could be on the lower end of things. But I was more, and I told you guys this, I was more leaning towards the G2, kind of what they were forecasting. But, again, we could still be getting to that level. It just depends, but I don't think so. Conditions are already leveling down. All right, now it doesn't mean that we can't get surged again. Now, the thumbnail was talking about X-flare with if we get hit with the geomagnetic storm, it could have surged. And we could have had another radiation storm. But it didn't hit us as direct as we thought it was going to, at least not yet. So the radiation storm didn't happen either. But we've had other X-flares, guys. Check this out. There's an X1.9, I think it was, or 1.5. This one here is an M9 point something. You might as well call it an X-flare. It's that close, okay? We've had quite a few of those lately, actually. M9s, M9.8s, M9.7s. You can come down here and look, but you can see how the radiation storm has dissipated in the D region. Remember how it shows all this red, orange, and stuff at the pole regions? Watch what happens when it starts to absorb and get flushed out. See? It's just gone and kind of pretty much back to normal. Now, this up here will go away too. And the bullseyes that we're seeing, that's where the flares are happening. Okay? That's the day side of the planet when those flares pop. So right there, over here in the United States, we took a direct hit. Right about, well, that's at what? 1500, so that would have been about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Maybe a little, we'll just call it 2 o'clock. And if we go back up here, you can see what happened. 3, 6, 9, 12, 3 o'clock. That is that X-flare. So you can see how you can time that out. It's not that hard if you know what you're actually, what the model's trying to represent. Okay? Now, they're still forecasting G1 here in the next few hours. Are we going to get there? Not sure. If we do, it's not going to be a big deal. We might see an increase in aurora. Now, I will say these last few images, like I said, if I come back over here to Discover, this is the speed. It does seem as though our speed is ramping up. Okay? Now, typically when the speed goes up, density goes down because it's kind of pushing things faster out of the way. All right? That's kind of what happens. Now, if you notice when this first started to hit, you see how the density kind of went down a little bit and the speed went up? Then it kind of leveled off, but then You know, everything, the density and the speed were doing opposite things. And that's pretty typical. But this is also another reason why we didn't take a big hit. Because if these two were moved, both of them had been moving up at the same time, there would have been a lot better chance for us to get hit and it, you know, cause a crack in our magnetic field. And here comes the geomagnetic storms, and with that would have been awesome aurora and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of disappointed when it comes to that, but you know, I'm sure Ilea feels the same way. So anyway, now, guys, give me a roll call in there. Let me say hi to everybody real quick. So, yeah, Miss Dragon, thank you. Full of Hope, thank you. For the gifted memberships. Did somebody else gift there earlier? I can't remember if somebody else did before that. Oh man, it popped off on me. Daggone it. I can't see it now. Hold on one second, guys. I don't like that. I need to do this real quick. Okay, hold on one second. Fellers. Let's go to that. Actually, let's do that. No, supers. Okay, so the memberships. Okay, let's see who we got here. Say what? Let's do it this way. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be taking time to do this, but I do want to say thanks. I'm trying to get to it if I can. Doesn't look like it's going to let me. Not while I'm live like this. It's going to make it too difficult because I'll have to hide screens and everything else. I'm not going to do that right now. It takes too much time. But anyway, guys, thank you. If you guys gifted memberships, thank you so much. I really do truly appreciate it. My wife says thank you. So where are we from? Western Montana, Colorado, baby. Hey, Wages, what's going on, Trish? What's going on? Southern Nevada? Love it. Love it. Love it. Florida, Ohio, Oregon. Who's from Oregon? That's Leslie. Hey, Mark Matheny, West Virginia, Southeast Tennessee. What's up, Daryl? You're awesome, man, just so you know. Drops family, good to see you. Still breathing, that's right. That's better than the alternative, I think. Ilea with one of the best emojis that we made live during the members only stream. We made that dragon emoji live during the members only stream. That was Ilea's. She picked all that. It was fun. We had fun doing that. But anyway, cul-de-sac, what's up? Kansas City. Jeremy's from Washington State. Piper Lynn. Oh, that's Stephanie saying hi to Piper Lynn. Lisa J from South Carolina. Good to see you. Corky's Research, Ohio. Surgery 68, Utah. What we got here? John from Texas. Leisure, what's up, my brother? Dan T, what's happening? Piper Lynn, what's up? Said hi to you a minute ago. Daryl, Stephen A, what's up, brother? Cindy Lou, Colorado. Joy, where are you from? You might have already told me. Okay, so, anyway. I think it's better if I do it like that, guys, than trying to stop every time. I hope you guys agree. Because I went back and watched my last live stream. And I was doing what I wanted to do and show appreciation. Because it did hit me kind of hard yesterday. It was pretty emotional for me. I get emotional over that kind of stuff when somebody does stuff like that for me. But just so you know, I could see the criticism being, let's just say, valid. Okay? It's a very valid criticism. Because I know I've been in streams like that before, and it just seems like that's all the stream was about. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm still going to show my appreciation each and every time. But it's going to be in a more concise like I just did. Okay? It almost has to be that way. I don't know how else to do it. If anybody else has any ideas, please leave me a comment and let me know. Okay, so let's go back down here. This is ISWA, but what we're going to look at is SDO, and it's the satellite that's in geosynchronistic orbit. All that means is it's over the same part of our planet at all times. It orbits Earth at the same speed as we rotate on our axis, 15 degrees an hour. And it does a figure 8 pattern, and I've shown it 1,000 times. If you want to see it, all you got to do is go to SDO, Google it, and go to their homepage, and there'll be a little tab that says, where is SDO? Now, I'm going to put the movie tool here where I can just pull it up and show it to you. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. It's not that hard, but I got to set up a window and all that kind of stuff. A window capture and make it, you know, look at least attempted professional, I guess. If I can call myself that, I don't know. But anyway, here is that newest X flare. Okay, so let me zoom into that part. Now, what we did see, we did have another CME with this, but that one I don't think even has a chance of touching us. Okay, but you can see how this thing is almost on the backside again, guys. Okay, so it's hard to tell if some of that X-ray was occulted or not, because if the spot was just around the limb there, it could have blocked some of the X-ray. So there's a chance this flare could have been a little bit stronger than what it came in at. But it wouldn't have been much because the majority of the flare is there. You can see it. So anyway, there's that one. Now, we did have another M-class flare a few hours later. Let's see if we can catch that one or not. Right there. Okay. See how much almost more impressive that is? You want to know why? Because it's more so on the front than what the first one was. You see how you can even see it moving from left to right there as the sun rotates. And in case you guys don't know this, some people don't know, and I've said it a bunch here on my channel, but the equatorial regions of the sun actually rotates faster than the pole areas. So when you're looking at the sun, if you ever do, keep that in mind. So you see how that's happening? Now, I'm not sure if that thing produced a CME. We're going to look, okay? We can come down here now because Seeds is working. Actually, looks like we just had another eruption. It never ceases to amaze me. Okay, anyway, here we go. We're going to look at it, okay? This happened right at, on the 11th. The turn of the day. Yeah, see, look. Okay. I can tell you this, that if that and that are the same eruption, which I don't think that they are, they could be, we're going to go take a look at this, and we may not even have data for it yet. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Okay, guys? So I'm not going to make any promises here before we go look at this stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here and look at SDO. See what kind of imaging we got from SDO. And if we've got anything from the 11th here, we got to look at the timestamp, okay? Okay, well, I can tell you this. Looks like it came from that same sunspot, but that sunspot's now on the backside. So that bigger eruption, from my first look at it right here, this one, at least the bottom edge of that, looks to be on the backside, guys. Okay? So I don't know if that's coming in our direction or not. That happened at 10. We're going to call it like before that, because this is the black occulter disk. It's a physical disk, and I've explained this before. But the surface of the sun is kind of like more so like that. Here, I'll tell you what. We'll do this. I'll back it up. Right here. See that? That's trying to represent the surface of the sun. So these have to be here, right? Yeah, Daniel, it didn't look to be Earth directed at all. Yeah, if you're talking 9 p.m. Eastern, yeah, you're probably right on the head there, bud. I would trust you for sure. So, yeah, it definitely looks like that's what's going on there. I think it's, number one, it does look like it'd be going far south, but if these two were tied together, and I don't know that they are, I can't prove either way right now. But the main brunt of this one is definitely, number one, it's probably going too far south. Number two, it does look to be on the backside. Even that's why we used to love to have, well, we still would love to have Stereo A giving us a side view. Just saying. Okay, so anyway, let's do this. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. I'll give you guys an update on that tomorrow, because I don't want to say something for just to get all wrong on me here, okay? I'll tell you what we can do. We can kind of see, this one will show ripples across the corona. This is a 211 angstrom. It's part of the light spectrum we cannot see with our eyes. So if we go around to, what would that be? It'd be 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, not too long ago. We'll just say that. That's it right there. See that? You can kind of see it ripple, but it doesn't look like it's rippling on the front side here a whole lot. So I'm just going to say at this moment, I don't think that that's coming at us. I don't think I'm wrong on that one. But if there was another eruption, yeah, there was. Okay. You see this right here? Now, that's on the Earth-facing side, but that is pretty far north, and it did look like it was kind of going that direction, too. They can blow off in any direction, no matter where they blow off at. But it does seem like even if that's on the front side, we may not see a whole lot from it. Let's see if we can see it here. Okay, so you see this arc right here? It breaks, but I'm not sure. Let's look at this one. Yeah, you see that? How it came out of nowhere? So I do think that that's probably that second eruption right there. And even though it's on this side, there's a good chance it's probably not going to touch us. Okay? And even if it does, it doesn't look to be too all that impressive. Okay? But this is also another way for me to show you guys that what we're seeing here is an eruption where there was no flare. Okay? Flares and CMEs are two different things. Flares are measured by X-ray. CMEs are measured by the KP number. Geomagnetism. Okay? So, yeah. I do think that that's what happened there. And if you look down here, you can see that other one. So I do think that that last one there, guys, is on the backside. You can almost clearly see it now. So here's your flare. Okay? That's the one that happened this one. Okay? But the eruption is over here. Now, I mean, it literally almost just now happened. So you can see how all that stuff, it just looks like it's going behind the sun. I don't think that's coming at us at all. But this one does look like it's on this side. So we're going to wait on more data before I'm going to give you a concluded answer there. But it most definitely does have a northerly directed path there. So we're just going to have to wait. So that's just what I'm going to say. I'll give you guys an update on that one tomorrow. And chances are, my guess would be that we're going to have other things that happen between now and then. Okay? So let's take a look at the 304, because sometimes we can get a pretty good idea how much plasma left. This sees ionized helium, and we're able to see dark ropes across the sun. Those are magnetic filaments. Okay? Just like an old incandescent light bulb filament. When it breaks, what happens? It erupts, right? It quits working, and that's what happens with flares. Or the filaments itself don't have to have a flare. They can just lift off and break. Alright? But, look at all that plasma again. I will say, this is that same sunspot, over a month ago now, that was the biggest main player in the G5 storm we got. Okay? It came back around, and it hit us again. This thing keeps, when it does erupt, it seems to be pushing plasma pretty good. Oh, hold on a minute. I didn't see that until just now. See, that's why we look at all these angstroms. But I still think it's to go south. Watch. There's your main eruption, but watch right here. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys seen that or not. See that? See, watch right in this area. You're going to see kind of a... Right there, you see that? Now, again, guys, I think that's probably going to go south of us, but I can't say 100% yet. And that up there did look like it did fire some plasma off also. Not much, but some. It looks like it's lifting off still. And that right there looks to be a magnetic filament lifting off, but it's a small one. It doesn't look very explosive at all. So, we'll just say that. But yeah, guys, that's about all I got for you. If you got, oh, thank you, Ilea. You're awesome. Thank you. I didn't even see you did that. I just checked my phone, and she sent me a text showing me the gifted memberships. Drops, thank you for the super chat. Somebody else left a super chat too. I can't remember who it was at the beginning. I said thanks at the beginning, but thank you, Mr. Dragon. Thanks you, Full of Hope. I really, we missed you yesterday at the live stream, the members only live stream. But we'll do another one later on this week, guys. But if anything else happens, guys, you guys know I'm going to be here. So do me a big favor, and well, Marv ain't even live yet, is he? I was looking at the wrong notifications. But it'd be good for me to go ahead and get off here anyway. I don't really have a whole lot more to say tonight. But what I can do is this. Let's do this. I tell you, guys. Let's check out spaceweather.com real quick. Okay, let's see what Dr. Tony Phillips is talking about. Well, there you go. He says it right there. Ineffective CME impact. Just a weak impact. And then he's also talking about, I seen this earlier. That was like a, well, thank you, Stephanie. Wow, you guys are just awesome. Let's see here. Who else got it? The Anti-Band, Kevin Oakes. Trish, thank you. Wow, good stuff. Tell hubby I said hey. But the Anti-Band, Kevin Oakes, Tito, T-Bear. Thank you, Mary Bryant, for being here. Big Cheese, Larry McAfee. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Hey, Greta got one. Greta the other one. Awesome. Miss Dragon, thank you again. Kathy, aloha. Renee, thank you for being here. I know it's hard for you to get here with your schedule sometimes, so thank you. You guys try so hard to be here, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And let me say this too. I appreciate everybody all the same. Okay? I really do. And yes, it's awesome with the membership gifting. And it's just hard to draw, kind of walk that line to where you're trying to give a good presentation of the, the information. And I'm trying it different ways here. So if you guys got ideas, please let me know. But I think what I did tonight, just a little bit of it, I'll get better at that too. Seemed to work okay. And I basically copied off what Mark does. So that was, hey Ricky, good to see you. There's one of those awesome emojis. Love it. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to do that again for the next couple days, guys. And thank you, Stephanie, for that. And thank you again, Trish, for that one. And anybody else that's just doing whatever, just being here, sharing. Guys, I'll say this. I went over and was checking out Tamitha Scove's live stream from yesterday. She did almost a 4-hour show, I believe. It was over 3 hours, I know. But she does that, right? They're longer ones, but she also does shorter ones for like 15, 20 minutes, weekly update type of things. But the longer ones, they're like question and answer, and she really dives deep, and she'll take the time to really show you what's up. She is a doctor, guys, in this area, in this field, okay? And she was about 2.2 thousand away from 100,000 subs. Getting ready to get her play button. That's awesome stuff. And so I just, I put a comment down saying, hey, congratulations and stuff. And she commented back. She said, social media, she's like getting ready to break 200,000 subscribers, like throughout all her social media platforms and stuff. That's just amazing. On a subject that is so hard to get out there because people are scared of it. They're scared of this subject because they don't think they can understand it. And I think that channel like hers, my goal here is to break that. You guys are so much smarter than, and I hope you guys realize that. And that, I used to hate it when people would, I can't understand this. And then I would say something, and I would just use a different analogy to get people to understand what I was trying to say. And I can't tell you how many emails I would get saying, thank you for doing that. Because now I understand it. That's all it takes is for somebody to take the time to try different approaches. And it's great to have different channels doing that, because there's going to be different approaches on all of it. One thing I can say is Parker Frazier, thank you for all the gifted memberships. I did say that yesterday and today. But anyway, it's just amazing that those kinds of points of views finally do get across, and it's awesome when you understand it, because so many more things start to make sense. And Leisure, thank you for suggesting doing a love bomb over on Mark's show last night. It was fun over there. I was lurking because I had a whole lot of other stuff I had to do. I commented a few times, but we always have a good time over there. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and pop off, guys. I do think Martha's probably getting ready to go live here very shortly, if he ain't already. So anyway, guys, goodness. Hey, Ripper, thank you, brother. Thanks, man. Hey, Puka says, rough. You know what I'm saying? I think we might have to, if we live closer together, those two dogs, we probably have to keep it in the, we wouldn't let them two be in the same room together. Just saying. Oh, but yeah, guys, also get over there and check out, Rip's channel, number one for all the great content. But I forgot to mention, well, I'll just let him talk about that. He had somebody he knows, dog passed away, and it's over there on his channel. Go check it out. I don't want to misrepresent because I don't know exactly the name of the dog and all that. But go check that out too. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Okay. Anybody that's here, just check out everybody's channel, guys. That's it. If we could think about this. If we all just went to everybody's channel and that we, in this community, do you understand how much it would push out the word? Everybody's subscriber counts would just skyrocket, number one. That would hit the algorithm. The algorithm would just keep the train moving. And, and we get a lot of that already. But, if you look at my subscription list, there's well over 100 channels I'm subscribed to. So there's absolutely no way I can shout out everybody every time. I'm always going to forget somebody. It's just the truth. And, but yeah, guys, so I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. So God bless. Thank you for all the support, guys. Stephanie and everybody else. See, here I go. Doing it again. I just want you guys to know how much I do appreciate it. So we'll just end with that. God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.